Hi everybody! Today I'm going to talk about Edith Whaton's The Age of Innocence. The American poet and playwright Edith Whaton had been living in France for almost a decade, where she had lived the horrors of the First World War, when she wrote The Age of Innocence in 1920. However, it's hard to find any elements within the novel that even remotely address the disruption and the bloodshed of the war. Set in the 1870s New York, Whaton's novel depicts a society that is in many ways the antithesis of war-devastated Europe. The wealthy class at the top of the social hierarchy that Whaton describes was a society utterly intent on maintaining its own rigid stability. To Whaton, old New York imposed on its members set rules and expectations for practically everything: manners, fashions, behaviors, and even conversations. And those who dared break the social code were punished with exquisite politeness by the other members. Newland Archer, a wealthy young lawyer, is very pleased with his recent engagement to the beautiful May Welland. However, his world is thrown upside down by the sensational arrival of May's cousin, Countess Ellen Olenska. Recently returned to America after separating from her husband, an apparently eccentric Polish count, Countess Olenska shocks the serious and severe New York aristocracy with her revealing clothes, carefree manners, and rumors of adultery. Archer and May feel the need of befriending her because the Countess family, headed by the powerful Mrs. Manson Mingott, have chosen to reintroduce her into good society. As Archer comes to know the Countess better, he begins to appreciate her unconventional views on New York society. Meanwhile, Archer becomes increasingly disillusioned with his new fiancée, May. He begins to see her as the typical product of her class: polite, innocent, and utterly devoid of personal opinion and sense of self. The Countess Olenska soon announces her intention of divorcing her husband. While Archer supports her desire for freedom, he feels compelled to act on behalf of the Mingott family and persuade Ellen to remain married. At a friend's cottage near Hudson, however, Archer realizes that he is in love with Ellen. He abruptly leaves the next day for Florida, where he is reunited with May and her parents, who are there on vacation. There, he presses May to shorten their engagement, but May becomes suspicious and asks him if his hurry to get married is prompted by the fear that he is marrying the wrong person. But Archer reassures May that he is in love with her. Back in New York, Archer goes to see Ellen, and he admits that he is in love with her. Just then, a telegram arrives from May, announcing that her parents have pushed forward the wedding date. After their wedding and honeymoon in Europe, Archer and May settle down to married life in New York. Over time, Archer's memory of Ellen fades into a yearning image. But on vacation in Newport, he is reunited with her, and Ellen promises not to return to Europe as long as she and Newland do not act upon their love for each other. Back in New York, Archer learns that Count Olenski wants his wife to return to him, and that Ellen has refused. After a stroke of Mrs. Mingott, her grandmother, Ellen returns to New York to care of her. There, She and Archer finally agree to consummate their affair. But soon after, without having done it, Ellen announces her intention to return to Europe. May throws a farewell party for Ellen, and after the guests leave, May announces to Archer that she is pregnant and that she told Ellen her news 2 weeks earlier. "25 years pass. In that time, the Archers have had 3 children, and May has died from pneumonia. Now Archer's son convinces him to travel to France. There, they arrange to visit the Countess Olenska at her Paris apartment. However, at the last minute, Archer sends his son alone to visit her, content instead to live with his memories of the past.